So we're going to go ahead and go quick shooting there. There's no reason for us to play anything else. We're not even in a position where we need to heal. We are going to go ahead and go Max Thunder Rumble. And we are going to go ahead and knock out our opponent's Mew. We want to take Psychic Leap off the table. You are now watching Zach Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Zach Lesage here. Today we're going to be covering over Jolteon VMAX. Now Jolteon VMAX has been out since Evolving Skies, but it's been making a little bit of a comeback lately and was even able to make finals of my late night series number 16 event. So I'll be sharing my personal deck list for this one, some gameplay, all that good stuff. The list is in the description, so feel free to copy and paste that into PTCGO to play along. And you want to what? Let's just jump into this list, see exactly what's poppin'. So here we have it, Jolteon VMAX. Jolteon VMAX is all about using Max Thunder Rumble. So for a Lightning Energy and a Colorless Energy, you do a hundo to the active, and then you do a hundo to one of your opponent's Pokemon, but they have to have damage counters on them. So there's a few things that we want to be doing with this deck. First and foremost, we want to try to streamline Max Thunder Rumble so we're able to hit relatively quickly. Well, this deck has access to the Drizzile engine, so you could search things out with shady dealings. That could be Energy Search to grab an energy, so you have ways to do that. You also have the benefit of being lightning type, so you have Speed Lightning Energy, which is awesome. We also have access to Elemental Badge, so if the Pokemon V that's attached to has Vaporeon, Jolteon, or Flareon, and I mean Jolteon has Jolteon in its name, its attacks cost colorless less. So we could slap on an Elemental Badge and an energy and attack with Max Thunder Rumble, making this attack incredibly efficient. Now for the next part, we have to be adding damage counters to our opponent's Pokemon. We have Galarian Zigzagoon's Headbutt Tantrum. We have Scoop Up Net to reutilize that ability. Then we also have access to Quick Shooting that evolves from Drizzile. So we have some cool things going on here, and similar to Dragapult decks that are very similar to this deck, we have access to Path to the Peak to slow our opponent's decks down while we just try to go Max Thunder Rumble, knocking out Pokemon efficiently. The cool thing that we have about this deck is the Dusknoir, Dream Ball, and Peonia package. So the goal here is to take Dream Ball, so you can only play this card if you took it as a face down prize card before you put it into your hand. Put this into your prize cards with Peonia, so you could place it in your hand, replace things, and then when you draw Dream Ball, you could search your deck out for Dusknoir, and this can help you out against some decks such as Single Strike, the deck regularly struggles against, by using Spectral Breach to nullify your opponent's energies to just colorless energy. So overall, lots of cool stuff going on in this deck. We might not necessarily get to Dusknoir every single game, but it is an option against Single Strike, and it is a viable strategy against decks that do play lots of special energies. So we'll see if we can make it happen, but otherwise we are going to show some awesome Max Thunder Rumble gameplay. So our opponent's going to be calling the coin flip here, and yo, we won the coin flip. My hat's literally falling off my head. Yeah, we want to go first. I get way too excited about winning the coin flip, but winning the coin flip and going first is certainly really good in this particular format. Most of our Pokemon are decent starters, although we don't really want to start with Galarian Zigzagoon, and I don't want to be jinxing myself. We started okay. We could still attach Speed Lightning Energy to our active, maybe. I'd like to get a Jolteon or a Quick Ball. Okay, you want to know what? That's fine. We are going to go Quick Ball away. We're going to Quick Ball away a Speed Lightning Energy, I guess. Or maybe we want to go for, yeah, we'll go for a Scoop Up Net. We'll go Scoop Up Net. I'd rather have access to energies. So we are going to go Jolteon, look through our deck, see what's going on there. We have access to Elemental Badge. The big thing when you're playing against a Mew matchup is that they have access to Fusion Strike Energy. That can lower the amount of damage that you could do with Zigzagoon because it stops Zigzagoons and quick shootings and stuff like that. Overall, not upset with this hand at all. We have access to Evolution Incense. We have access to make a lot of things happen. So you want to what? We are going to go ahead here and pass our turn away. Feeling pretty good about this. And we'll see exactly what goes on with our opponent's deck. Our goal is to really just try to knock out our opponent's Pokemon. We do have to watch out for things. They could play a Tech Crystal Cave, but we can knock out their Genesect relatively quickly. Hitting Genesect is 4 prize cards. Hitting So that's one thing that we can do. So we might want to be knocking out a Mew, a Genesect, and like an Oricorio or a Latias. Those are things that could be good. We also got to watch out for Latias in general, because that could stop our Max Thunder Rumble from attacking. So those are things that we want to look out for. Looks like our opponent's playing a little bit of a unique Mew build. So quite honestly, a lot of the builds are cutting capture energies and great balls in favor of other cards. But maybe, I mean, so far so good. Their setup looks awesome. So we'll see how it goes. I really want to avoid a fan of waves, just so we have access to an extra energy. I mean, by all means, that sounds really good. The plus part is that they did not attach a coding, that they did not attach a fusion energy. So we are going to go ahead here and we are going to start off with Drizzile. I think Drizzile is the best way for us to start this off. So let's go Drizzile. In terms of things that we could do here, we could go Drizzile, search for Path. Path sounds like a pretty good one. I think I might go Path, Marnie, and make that happen that way. So I could have actually gone Speed Lightning Energy first, and I think I'm going to do that. So let's go Speed Lightning Energy first. We have Evolution Incense now. We can search our deck for a Jolteon VMAX. So there's a lot of ways that we could have played this out, and there's a lot of just random sequencing when it comes to this deck. So let's go Drizzile like this. We are going to search our deck for a Marnie. I think Marnie is just great because we want to refresh our hand. There's really not too many great things that we have with our hands, especially after we scoop up net this Drizzile. So we're kind of vibing with this. We want to put the other Sobble down. We want to go Path to the Peak. That's going to shut off their Genesects. And I mean, they're already down a Rose Tower. A lot of the Mew lists are only playing 2-3 stadiums right now. So the Path to the Peak can certainly be good. Let's go Zigzagoon onto our opponents. We could hit into their other Mew and really force them into an awkward position. I think that might just be better than hitting a Genesect right now. Because at least we're going to be heading off the 200. I mean, we could pitch this hand away. We could have also gone for Quick Ball, but I think Marnie just like really puts our opponent in a position where they could have not prepared for this. I am going to go Quick Ball away an Elemental Badge, just because I don't think it's super necessary. Let's grab a Jolteon, and we have access to Drizzile for next turn. We have access to Quick Shooting for next turn. We don't want to bench this down because their list could also play Tool Scrapper. They might play another Tool Scrapper or a Tool Jammer. So let's go ahead here, Max Thunder Rumble, and it's automatically going to hit the other bench Pokemon that has damage on it. So far, so good. Turn 2, 210 damage. And our goal is to really go Max Thunder Rumble throughout the rest of the game. Now, they might be able to copy the Mew V's Psychic Leap because we aren't able to OHKO them. And they might be able to go triple Power Tablet and copy Techno Blast to knock us out. These are opportunities that our opponent can do. They might just shuffle their Mew V back into their deck. I'm not entirely sure. So depending on whatever they have in their hands, they might have access to something else. They could have a lot of things going on here. They have nothing. They can only go Cross Fusion Strike. And the way the Dyna Barrier works during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon VMAX. So one thing that we do know for sure is that our opponent has nothing in their hands. So that is quite honestly something that we could go Boss's Orders, bring up one of their Pokemon. I'm actually going to go Drizzile like this. And I'm going to go Drizzile, search my deck for an Evolution Incense so we can grab the other Shady Dealings Inteleon so I have access to other things. So we're going to forego this Quick Shooting Inteleon right now. We're gonna evolve the other one next turn because we want to have opportunities to really put our opponent in an awkward spot. Let's go ahead and go Boss's Orders, and let's grab a supporter for next turn. I think Professor's Research seems completely valid. Let's go Boss's Orders, bring up one of those Genesects. And let's go ahead. We could have also brought up the Latias. Maybe that could have been cool. Let's go ahead here and go for Max Thunder Rumble. And let's go ahead and hit this Mew VMAX. I think that sounds like the pro play in general. So if our opponent gets nothing off of their top deck, we are able to knock out their Mew VMAX and Genesect, leaving them with no energies, no anything in play, and we've set them into this perfect position. What? How did they get that? It actually puts us into a really awkward position with Dyna Barrier, just because we aren't like really able to do too much damage to this Pokemon anymore. So knocking out the Latias would have been really cool. Let's go for quick shooting because we can, it's the way that Dyna Barrier works is during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon alone. So let's hit that there. And let's try to set ourselves up for another turn. Because we want to take care of Dyna Barrier. That's really the Pokemon that we want to watch out for. So if we find a Lightning Energy, we are good here in order to get the knockout. And you can see we are also getting the pieces for Dusknoir. We could also shut them off that way. So far we're not in a bad spot. We're just kind of putting our opponent in a really awkward position. Let's go Quick Ball one of these away, because I want to keep the option open for Dusknoir. Let's go for Sobble, goes down on the bench so we have access to another Drizzile. I will retreat to avoid our opponent getting extra necessary prize cards, and I am going to go Max Thunder Rumble and knock out this Latias on our bench so our opponent can no longer use Dyna Barrier. Now, we currently have access to 2 prize cards, 2 prize cards, 3 prize cards. So if our opponent did not top deck too much, it looks like we will be able to win the game and draw 5 prize cards this turn. So Psychic Leap, oh, it looks like our opponent's actually going to heal. That's a sneaky attack, but you want to know what? We still have access to a lot of sneaky things that we could do too. Let's see what Pokemon our opponent decides to put up here. So we're setting ourselves in a position where we could just easily win this game. I think that's really what our goal is. We want to easily be able to win this game. We could go ahead and search our deck for an Energy Search. We could do a lot of things. So let's put ourselves in the best position to win this game. Let's go ahead and go quick shooting. We can always go quick shooting and hit a Pokemon to get some extra damage counters on them. Let's give ourselves some variety. So we're going to go ahead and go quick shooting there. There's no reason for us to play anything else. We're not even in a position where we need to heal. We are going to go ahead and go Max Thunder Rumble. And we are going to go ahead and knock out our opponent's Mew. We want to take Psychic Leap off the table. So far, we're in a great spot to draw our remainder prize cards. And our opponent's effectively going to be forced to send up their Genesect V. We might just see a concession from our opponent here. Oh. Yeah, they're just going to concede there. Jolteon's absolutely a sick deck when you're able to get it set up, and you can see how Path to the Peak can really just shut off your opponent if they are unable to get a Stadium out in that matchup. And I mean, that's really what stopped them. It's just like they had all the access to the draw power of their deck, but we were able to use Path to the Peak, completely stop them, isolate their Pokemon, knock them out. Sure, our opponent might have got unlucky in some ways that they didn't top deck out of it, but when you're only raw top decking, your deck's designed to be an ability-based engine, of course we're going to be able to win against some of the top decks. So I think this is one of the reasons why Jolteon is very close to beating Mew, and how some of these updated Jolteon lists have a favorable matchup against Mew. Jolteon in general, just being able to choose the correct Pokemon, get those damage counters out there, can really work. And I mean, in the right matchup, or if you specifically need it for some matchups, Dusknoir, Dream Ball, and Peonia can really make the impossible happen. So let's say if you're playing against a deck that is very special energy focused, and you really think you could shut them off with Dusknoir, like your opponent has no outs, and double check their list, make sure that you understand what a common list looks for a deck, or maybe you have your opponent's exact list in front of you for a limitless tournament. It's one of those things where if you can stop your opponent for that, you can forego all other strategies and just really go forward with the Dusknoir strategy. So I heavily encourage you to check that out and maybe test this deck a little bit more. I'd love to showcase this strategy to you, but I don't necessarily want to go out of my way just to make extra content, just to be like, hey, this is an option against a matchup that might not work, right? It's always better to play optimally for the matchup that you have at stake or for the situation that you have at stake. Getting out Dusknoir is great content, but I don't necessarily want to be fake. I always want to be true to everyone who watches my videos. So I really hope you enjoyed this one, and it showed how strong Jolteon can be as a deck. If you haven't already, pick up these cards in real life or online. If you're picking them up online, you could go use code Lesage5 to save 5% on your next order at PTCGO That link is in the description, along with another few cool things. Maybe you're looking to up your game. I do offer coaching as well. So I'll catch up with everyone later. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out and have a great day. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.